Hi, I'm Jaden, and today we'll be going through my sketchbook.
I've had
A lot of sketchbooks, but I figured now would be a good time to go through it. So, we'll be going through page by page, specifically selected pages, because not all of them are good.
okay.
Not everything's perfect.
Um,
But starting off with the very first thing I've ever drawn in this book is one of my characters.
personal favorites. I actually skipped the first page, but so here we have
My character is a dove.
let's see.
This works. Yeah. What's this here? She's D&D character, you know, short. My favorite. She's one of my most comfortable characters and my most beloved.
So I figured, why not start there? It's really an easy
Thing for me to draw nowadays.
It was difficult when I started, but
It's just what I'm most comfortable with. So
I figured I'd start there.
the next thing I've drawn in this sketchbook are hands, because
practicing is important. And personally, I have my favorites. This one right here, these ones. I like these ones as well. This specific one I like a lot because of the simplicity and the lines. I think that's just very cool. A lot of the sketches you'll see I like a lot
due to how they
like the line work in them, like how deep, how dark certain lines are and how light other lines are. Like this one right here. I like how the main focus, it draws your attention to the nails, and that's kind of the point.
Next up is this page. This is one of the first and only times I have ever used ink in my entire life, like actually committed to it.
I messed up, obviously, but it's okay. We fixed it with a sticky note.
You'll see, like, I'll make little notes all over them because they're kind of important.
Specifically, these drawings are of a cartoon series that I really enjoy. But yeah, sticky notes just fix everything. If you mess up with pen, just put a sticky note on it. It's fine. No one will know.
Next up,
these are some of my favorites, I think, of this character specifically. Mainly because I think I've drawn her many times in a way that's very hard to capture and replicate twice. And this is one of the times that I've done it, and I'm very proud of this one specifically. But she's just, in general, just such a fun character to draw. Like, the freckles and the curly hair are just, like, easy and mindless to do. This day specifically, we were playing D&D, and we were fighting one of, like, the big bads, and she had died for the third time. So that's what's happening here. This,
if you come over here, there's a bit of blank
space here, but this character specifically
is one of her best friends. This specific page,
I just want to point out,
not a lot of things in art work perfectly the first time.
That's just kind of how art works, as seen by, sometimes you'll see
like empty things like this, where I started something and I didn't quite finish it,
or like random characters drawn that I will never use or you'll never see again in my sketchbooks. However, one thing that will probably become more common is these timing charts for animation, because of the animation class I'm currently taking. So I'll usually try to time it out before I draw it out, or like have like, this is the first frame we start on, this is the last frame we leave on, and then time it out from there. It gets kind of complicated at a certain point, but that's okay. It's okay.
Okay, this page,
I was playing with poses, specifically an artist that I failed to remember, but I was very inspired by the way that he put together like the certain anatomical things. Like for instance, when he draws, and I'm gonna do this real quick. When this comic book artist, when he draws the forearm, he bulges the muscle group that's right there, and I thought that was a very interesting take on, you know, what that actually looks like. Because in real life, it's more of like just a, you know, I was trying my best to replicate it from memory, and I think I did a pretty good job. I love the line of action in like a lot of these drawings. They're just very good, you know? I think that's something that I like a lot. I don't usually do this style of gestures, and you'll see later in the sketchbook how different like my gesture drawings look compared to like when I try and attempt to stylize them. Here's a bit more of the same, trying to keep in mind of how I want certain parts to look, you know, stylized. Here I did most of these from memory. I think for this one and this one I might have referenced a little bit because I genuinely could not figure it out. But I love the way this looks, like the curvature of it all. I should use that actually. And this kicking motion as well, it's really good. I mean, I think the only thing that could be better is that maybe making the leg a bit higher so it's like a line of action, you know? Other than that, I mean, these are some of my favorites. I love the superhero poses are very iconic, I think. This is definitely something that you'd see Hawkeye or Green Arrow do, and this is definitely something a super would do as well. Another character design. So this character has a very Nordic vibe, which I like and enjoyed. The lines are something that makes this really good. I like the pattern here with the fur, which you can't really see, but I think that's very nice details. She's pretty cool. Moving right along. Another character design. I don't often draw this type of stuff, but I really just wanted to go ham with a little guy, so I did. So we have this backpack is, because they're a traveler, you know, little thing. This is their backpack on the back. They have a little paintbrush, because why not? Don't think some people know is that in art, you can draw characters as you like, but you also have to give them character. So here's like a characterization of them, and they're a terrible stand-up comedian. This page, as I said earlier, the gesture drawings I was doing earlier in this book, they weren't stylized how I would personally done it, so these are a couple of them. I think like this guy specifically turned out really good. I like that kind of like overlapping, I don't really care thing, and I think it worked really well on this page. This is the last page that we will go through. Here I was working on a self-portrait that might never get finished, and I think that self-portraits are something that's important to artists, but I didn't quite capture my characterization quite as good as I think I did. I do like the sketch, it does look nice, but probably have to work on it more. So yeah, that's my sketchbook. Thank you for coming along with me.